This should be a very entertaining video. That's all I'm going to use right there for tree work today. And he's going to remove that oak leader right there. I'm expecting some pretty big entertainment value here today. I'm just going to sit there and video for you. So here's a oak leader right there. It does have some mistletoe. It does have quite a bit of lean on it. Only thing to really miss is the trampoline down below. It is kind of like a low angle. And overall, it can't be more than like 40 feet right to the tip. And then here we are. Poison ivy climbing rope right there. Flake that at the base. Should always have a rope on you. Klein spurs. Those are old school. We got the Husky Climber electric saw. The way I lay out my saddle, so this is a rope bridge saddle, which is nice because it's easily replaceable. I try and think everything on the right side of my saddle is, or cutting really, so my chainsaw, saw lanyard, rigging, and then everything on the left side is all more climbing. The other thing I do too is I have a athletic tape for emergency, a figure 8, to get out if I had to, and a whistle. And then I also have my emergency first aid on the back of the saddle. So how this flip line works is I just have it on a pressic here. So this thing will seat onto the flip line, and then it won't go at all unless your hand's right on the knot, and then it'll slide. And then the other end is clipped to your other D-ring right there. And then if you get to a limb, this side of the flip line is below the limb. You keep it clipped in, you take the other end with a snap on it, you go above the limb and clip, and then when you're clipped in, then you unclip the first one. So at no point are you ever unclipped. And then as soon as you get above the limb, then you clip that one back in, and then undo that one. So those spurs go on the inside of the leg with the big pad on the front. Yeah. So a nice heel on the boot's nice, but that'll work. And then that strap goes around the back with a full wrap around the shank of the spur. I go under. Yep. And then clip, and then buckle it up. I'd actually go down a little bit lower so it seats better. Yep. You should really check those for breakage to make sure they're always in good shape. I crank that thing and kind of push my toe back and forth a little bit to get as tight as I possibly can. You probably get it to that buckle. There you go. That thing will put a big hole in your other foot or your calf or whatever it touches. The other thing that's nice with spurs is if there's a steel shank in the sole of your boot, so that the pressure of that steel bar on the bottom of the spur is kind of distributed throughout the whole boot. You really shouldn't do any of this unless you're working with a professional and trained properly. A lot of risk. Almost every injury when you're climbing could be catastrophic. Yeah, that looks good. Want to always evaluate the tree, that it's safe to climb on, that it won't fail on you. Want to make sure you have an escape route figured out, how you're going to lower out of the tree, somebody on the ground to assist you, where the address is in case somebody has to call 911, take a direct ambulance in. Let's run through all the possible scenarios before you go up. Yeah, so you're flip lined into the tree. Make sure you try not to kick into any ropes. You do have a rope on there for emergency evac. Try and have a trail off the back of the saddle the whole time. Pull this flip line through here so it dangles. And then you see how loose that flip line is? So tie it up. Alright, tie that flip line up. So if that limb's like in your way behind you, you could reach back with a handsaw and just prune it off. What you can do with that flip line is put both your hands on the flip line. And just get comfortable. Just sit there for a second and get comfortable. You feel pretty stable and comfy?
Kinda.
And then the way you use it is you lean your body in and flip it up. Yep. But it's plenty high enough right there. So 1-2 step, flip up. 1-2 step, flip up. So before you cut that limb off, you really ideally want to use 2 hands on that saw. Leave the longest stub on there as you can, like 6-8. It'd be nice to stand on that limb when you're taking the top off.
Yeah.
So leave a long stub as you can on it. Go ahead and undercut it.
Can I just let it dangle?
You can't drop it, you gotta lower it down. That's perfect. That's great. Very good. You climb up now and stand on that stub and take a little break. Got a great stub to stand on. Now I'm going to pop the top off. Should be good for a bit of a ride. We do want to miss a few things, so we want it to swing a little bit to the left. So if you could face it on the downhill side on the left. A little bit more through on the downhill side.
What do you mean?
Like kind of wrap your face cut a little bit more around. Yeah, that way. You keep going a little bit more, like a third. Just don't let it pinch the bar. Yep.
Oh shit, that's a mess.
You just don't want it to get caught. That looks good.
Kinda.
Now before you come through the back, make sure you're really secure. You've kind of run through your head a big bounce, like that tree's going to bounce all over the place. How are you going to hold on? It would be nice if you could cut 95, 98% of the way through and then turn the saw off. So, saw out. Yep, that was great. A little bit more. Saw out. Hold on. Well done, man. Well done. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
It's like having a convertible. Take the top down, go for a ride. That was great. That was really very well done. It's scary popping the top for the first time. That was great. Very, very good. Another day of tree work. It's good to be alive. Safety's got to come first. You got to think out every scenario. Check, double check. Build systems that prevent a careless mistake costing you your life. Slow and safe. Slow and deliberate.